This is the biggest misconception about the mount is I have to get my back off the ground. But for me to bridge and roll or to rescue quarter guard or half guard or to get to my knees, my back has to come off the ground. And the biggest thing that people think is that if I push my partner and I create space, my back's off the ground, but I'm giving my partner back exposure, the arm bar, arm wrap, etc., etc. So it's really important that once we kind of get to the position and I understand about creating space and being able to turn, if I can create a wedge between my partner's knees, it's easier to turn. So my partner's knees are kind of like, Dempsey's knees are pretty much on my hips. So it's harder for me to turn left and right. So I want to create the wedge so that the knees go further apart, so I've got space to turn. Secondly, if the knees go further apart, it's easier to put my partner off balance. So what we'll do is I'll get my frame system in from here. And what I'm doing is if my frame's on my right side and Dempsey's left, I'm applying a little bit of pressure, but I'm not extending my frame too far. This is the hardest part. Don't move off your back, left, right, left, and now I've got the ability to turn and I've got the leg forward in position. Second thing about it is my elbow's now in front of the leg, which makes it harder for him to upgrade to a higher mount from here. So small details, once again, to get my frame system, it's a little bit of a push just this way. I'm not turning my shoulders and my hips, so I'm going 1, 2, 3, push, and I'm onto my side. The last thing about it is that my elbow's on the knee so he can't move forward, and my other elbow's protecting the back take. So if Dempsey does move towards the back, I've got this ability to keep him at bay. So it's really hard for him to move to the back control position. One more time. So from here, frame system, okay, I'll put my head on the ground, and as I'm moving to my left, I'll apply a little bit of pressure, slide, 2, 3, turn. It might take a couple more if you really need to get there from here. Now, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm just going to wait to see if my partner back takes. If my partner does go to the back take position, this is actually better for me because it allows me to catch the leg super easy. So I kind of do want to bait him to the back take, but I need to make sure that my elbow is protecting the back. Would you like to say it one more time? Yep, okay. So, the frame system, what I'm doing is, if my frame system's on my right, I'm always moving to my left first. So slide my hips, 1, side my hips, 2, side my hips, turn. If my partner doesn't move towards my back, nudge him, okay, and now start to catch the leg. Okay, 1, 2, 3. If I push Ish onto my hips and I try and move, this becomes really hard. So what I want to do is I want to create space first. So I'm kind of going slide and push. So the momentum's already going that way. Slide. Now as she tries to gain momentum, slide and turn. And this is going to make it really easy. So slide, push, slide, slide, and then capture. Yep, okay, 1, 2, 3. So we call it flat on our back. I've got my frame system. This stops Emma from coming too far forward because I don't want it underneath my armpits. So this is the frame. I try and keep it low so it's harder for her to deal with. Right, so she tries to crush it or pick it up, it's kind of underneath her, which makes it harder for her to deal with. Where I can't find my frames here, she can swing through and swim and turn the corner. So I keep it low. The second thing about it is, once I'm caught onto my back, I really need my elbow to be on the inside position. So if the elbow's caught on the outside, what I like to do is like to just bridge and bring the elbow on the inside. If my partner is like heavy or weight heavy forward, like the weight's on their hands, I'm going to drop my right leg down, but I'm going to try and drop my right leg over to my left side. So I'm not trying to drop it on top of the leg because that means that I can't rescue. So I try and take it over this side. This is the hardest part that a lot of people have issues with this. I'm now going to nudge my left leg, put on my frame and turn. So I can now capture. The downfall that I see is people try and use the top leg to capture, but you're going to give away your back. So instead, walk this out, drive your right knee forward, just capture it. So the more that I'm kind of turning this way, the more I can hunt my back because I've turned the shoulder over. So I try not to use this leg to capture it too much. I try and use the bottom leg. So again, so from here, right, I'm going to go bridge, elbow to the front side, so it's on the inside position. turn my right leg, so I'll go turn my right leg as far over as I possibly can. I can cross it over, it's okay. Head to the ground, nudge, and at the pinnacle of the nudge, turn. That's all I want. Once I catch the quarter guard, bring again. I just need to get to the quarter guard position. Would I like to say it one more time? I want to do it anyway. So your right elbow is the key. Reach. Inside. Yep. Take your right leg as far as you can across to make it flat. Make sure you clear the foot so it's on the ground. Okay. Head to the ground. Nudge and bridge. Turn. Just do. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Chris gives you so many options as far as where you want to go, what you want to do, and it's based on how my partner posts, based on my partner's size, or based on what I want to do. If I want to stall the fight, if I'm winning on points, I can go to a really nice stall position. If I want to get the sweep, I've got a really nice sweep option. I can rest up, go to my knees. You can go to deep half and look for variations as well. So this is something that once you kind of get this habit, it's a really good habit to get, and you can capture the quarter guard from a few different positions. Just go Emma onto out with the quarter guard. So quarter guard means that like the knees out, I'm here. So one of the biggest misconceptions, it's not, one of the biggest things I see that people do but they don't capitalise, utilise on it, is they cross their feet to get the squeeze. Nothing wrong with that. But the downfall about it is, if I try and lift Emma up to roll her over, it opens up my knees and allows her to pass. So if you have when I squeeze my ankles together and I pop it, it actually allows the heel to pop. And even if they cross the opposite way, she can just drive a leg that way, so she can just drive a leg forward. So one thing is people kind of go here out of desperation, they kind of squeeze. There is stuff to do from here, but it's more counterproductive. So what I want to do instead is I want to kind of get my left knee down by the ankle and my right knee up by the knee, this way. My elbow is here to stop it from coming up, but it doesn't really matter at the moment. So I use leverage. So my left knee is going to push down behind the ankle. I'm going to roll my right knee to the ceiling to start with. The downfall about this is that if I keep in this position, Emma can knee slice guard pass left or right. So she's aware, if she feels that I don't cross my ankles when I get my bite, she kind of knows that she can knee slice guard pass left or right, or TP pass, whatever. So the thing that I'll do from here is I'll put the pressure onto the cankle with my top leg, squeeze, and this is part, bring my knees to my chest. So I'm nice and deep from here. If Emma tries to drive her knee through, I just roll with it. She tries to back step her leg out, I just roll with it. Just roll, you know what I mean? So for me, once I'm here, I need this. But I've got to make sure that she can't pull my elbow away. So I'm not shallow, I'm deep. Now, think about it this way, her weight's on me, take right off me, I extend your legs. There's a knee bar there as well. So the part of the quarter guard that makes this work best is use leverage. So take your bottom knee to the cankle, top knee here. Once I get momentum, so what I'm doing is I'm turning, it's just not my knee, it's my whole body, so watch my shoulders. Onto my back, knees forward, under, and I'm happy here. So I can actually even open up my legs and she can try and pass, but of course it's held to my body. So the
with your other hand on the belt?
If I'm trying to get the sweep, I'll grab the belt. If I'm trying to wrestle up, I'll hold the hip. So the sweep means that I'm going to come to top position. Wrestle up means that I'm happy with them to stand turtle. I'm going to run around to their back. So.
Leg entries there and everything on.
Yeah, this is such a good position. Yeah. So once again is heavier left knee. Right knee squeezes. Come on, knees to chest. Bob, so here, what I'm going to do now is this. Here for my rest up. Here for my sweep. Little hip down and sweep. Rest up. I put it on that guys. So one of the reasons why I'm kind of anti-bridge until its last kind of thing is that if I'm underneath mount, which is a really bad position, and I bridge, I normally end up inside their guard, which is another fight position. So I've kind of gone from one bad fight position straight to another bad fight position, and technically they're in two good positions and I'm in two bad positions. So for me to bridge and roll from like mount, and that is a last resort if you're getting stuck. And you know, everyone kind of goes, "I'll bridge and roll to try and get the half guard," but if they've got a really good mount, you're going to end up inside their guard. So one of the things I want to do is I want to focus on avoiding the guard. Like when I'm coming up, when I'm wrestling, when I'm sweeping, I try to want to come up outside the guard. On the same token, I don't want to give my back either. So if Emma's we're in the quarter guard position, and we have the quarter, once again is I drop my left leg down and right leg from here. I roll, so what I'm doing is, if you think about it this way, is to help roll this frame, and I'm pushing my frame down towards a hip, not up in the air. So I'm pushing the frame down towards my hip from here. Now, what were you guys saying, like
To try.
yeah, so my partner's on this side here, right, and I'm having trouble. I don't want to go this way, right, because I'm going to end up inside the guard. So what I do is I walk my legs towards the space. See how there's a valley? I just realigned.
It's that hip escape I was telling you earlier.
Yeah. So anytime that they're posting on this side here, it goes head, feet, hips, realign. And I definitely want to keep them on this side here. So to get up, right, is feet go backwards. Come on. But you always want to try and keep them. So like the more they're on that side, the less chance I have, or the more chance I have of upgrading or capitalizing. So anytime I have the half guard or quarter guard and they're on this side, so anytime I have the quarter guard and they're on this side here, if I just move my hips, it doesn't do much. So I go head, realign, so I now got the power, the structural power, and now I can really generate that power to move them over. Okay, let's try that guys, 1, 2, 3.